Welcome to the Biomolecules project compiler video 1. In this video, you'll make a main menu screen, you'll make a main menu button, and you'll also make a citation button and screen. With that being said, really all you need to figure out before you start this video is how do you want your menu to look? Do you want it to have a specific picture for it, or do you want to have just a plain background? I've seen some kids have a cool kind of it looks like a phone menu, and then each one of their buttons are just buttons on the phone. So just be creative, think of how you want it to look. But with that being said, let's get into putting it together. When you go to Scratch, you're going to actually start a new project, and you're going to name the project underscore or your last name underscore final. So I'll go ahead and put in your last name, lowercase, underscore capital F for final. Go ahead and delete Scratchy the cat. And then we're going to start working on our menu. So I'll add a new menu. In my case, I found that I wanted to use this blank restaurant menu as an option. So I'll screenshot it using Command-Shift-4. Once I screenshot it, I can go back to Scratch and upload my backdrop. When you screenshot, your screenshots will be on your desktop, and then you can click by date modified to get the latest one. And so you can import it from there. Notice that this comes over here and you've got this backdrop 1 left. Go ahead and delete that backdrop 1, and then change the screenshot name to menu, all lowercase. Okay. All right, what I need to do now is make this a little bit bigger because it only takes part of the screen. So I'll make sure that I'm in vector mode. And once I'm in vector mode, if I click on it, these selecting tools show up. I can also click this arrow and then put a box over it to get the selecting tools. I will resize it so that it fits. I'll move it to the center and then drag things out. All right, I've got my main menu. I've changed the costume name to menu. And now what I can do is go ahead and begin working on my main menu button. What I want to do for my main menu button is I want to go ahead and make a sprite. Actually, before I get to that, let me add some code here, sorry. The code that I'm going to add here is when flag clicked. And then what I want to do is I want to add some extensions here. I want to get the video sensing extensions. I'll turn this off. And the video sensing extension that I want is set video transparency to 100. And then I want to switch the backdrop to menu. The next piece of code that I want to add is going to events. When I receive, and I'm going to create a new message, and it's going to be called main menu 1. Notice that I didn't put it's a lowercase main, uppercase menu, number 1, no spaces in between. So go ahead and click OK. Now you might be confused because in previous videos you typed in main menu, but for the final one we need to type in main menu 1. And then what we'll do is also switch backdrop to menu. Okay? All right, with that being said, we've got the menu screen as well as some code. Why don't we go ahead and add a main menu button? What I'll want to do for the main menu button is create it as a sprite. And then, the main menu button is going to be on every screen, so I'll make it look a little bit different than others, meaning that I'll just make it a rectangle. I will make sure that I'm in vector mode, and then I can type in my text, main menu. And remember, if you can't see it, double click and then change the fill, or you could Command A. I can select the text and make it a little bit smaller, kind of put it in the middle. And then the main menu button, I'll probably also make a little bit smaller as well by selecting over it and then just making it small. Again, the main menu button is going to be on every screen, so what I'm going to want to do is just position it in a place where it doesn't interfere with what's going on, because if you have it in your quiz or if you have it in the interactive diagram, You just kind of want it out of the way. All right. So now that I've got main menu button over in the corner, let's go ahead and add some code for it. The main menu button is going to have the following code. When flag is clicked, I'm going to hide it. Okay. And then I'm going to make sure it goes to a certain spot. I like that spot, and so when I have my go-to block, it automatically populates these locations. This is where the location actually is. If you move it after pulling that block out, remember the numbers change, but they haven't updated over here. So again, make sure that it is where you want it to be. I'll go ahead and move it back to generally where I had it. When flag is clicked is hide and then go to. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is go to events. When this sprite is clicked, I'm going to go to video sensing, turn video off. I'm going to broadcast main menu 1. I'm going to hide it. And then I'm going to stop all scripts. So that's in control block. And that's stopping all the scripts that are running. So in the middle of like the quiz, it'll stop the quiz and then it'll go back to the main menu if needed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag over when I receive and a show block. All right, so I've got to change this. The first one that I'm going to have is when I receive citations. Citations. When I receive the citation, so when I make the citations button next, I want that main menu to show on the citation screen. Now you've got to decide which two. You're going to duplicate this twice. Okay, so you're going to have citations plus 2 other ones. You might have quiz or fun facts for this one, and then you might have diagram or scene for this one. But again, you're going to have 3 of these blocks in total. And then for this one, you've just got to decide, is it quiz or fun facts? Is it diagram or scene? So if this one is quiz, well, then you're going to type in quiz, lowercase. If this one is diagram, you're going to type in diagram. Now, in my video, I'm actually going to make 4 of them. You can just ignore the fact that I'm making 4 of them. Again, you just need to have the citations plus 2 more, right? But I'm going to make one for fun facts, and that's lowercase f on fun and uppercase f on facts all together. Fun facts, and then the last one that I want is scene. All right. I have all the code that I need for my main menu button. I can't really test if it's working just yet. So the last thing that I'm going to do is add my citations button as well as my citations. To make my citations button, I'll do the same thing. I'll just paint a new button. You know what? I'll actually go back to this main menu and change this name to main menu button. So make sure that the M in menu and the B in button is updated. So for this sprite, this is going to be Citations Button, C-I-T-A-T-I-O-N-S button. Okay, for my Citations button, I'm going to do what I've always been doing. I'll make a little circle. That was kind of how I designed all of these buttons. I'll add my text, considering that I'm in vector mode, citations. I can't see it, so I'll Command A, and then I can change the font. If I click the select, then I can make it smaller if I need to, and then move it around. My citations button, maybe I'll make it a little bit smaller. As long as that select icon is selected, I can make a box over it and then make it smaller or bigger if I want. And then I'll move it right here. Here's where my citations button will be. All right, let's go ahead and add some code for the citations button. Let's put it right there. Let's add some code for the citations button. The citations button will have the following code. It will have the following code. When flag clicked, I'm going to show it, and then I'm going to go to the spot that I had designated. Also, when I receive citations, I'm going to show it as well. And I'm also going to set it in the same spot. All right. Now, two more things that I'm going to add in. When I receive, and this time, I'm actually going to add a new message. It's going to be called Switch 1. In previous videos, you made something called Switch, but now we're going to change it to Switch 1. And when I receive Switch 1, I want it to hide. And then lastly, when this sprite is clicked, I want to broadcast citations. And then I also want to broadcast Switch 1. Okay? I want to broadcast citations and I want to broadcast Switch 1. All right, I am almost done. The last thing that I need to do is make my citation page. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to make a sprite out of it. We're going to paint a new sprite. We're going to call this Citations. That's the sprite name. Similar to what I did before, I'm going to actually fill it by going to bitmap mode. I'll fill it. And then I'll go to vector to start writing. I'll start typing citations. You know that Command A or double clicking will select the text. I'll change the brightness. I'll make it a little bit bigger. I'll even double click on it and change the font. And at this point, what you're going to have to do is copy and paste your citations from your Google Doc. So wherever that Google Doc is, you're going to have to get it out. You might need to open it up on here so that it's easy for you to copy and paste. I'm going to go ahead and pull some text to copy. I'll go back over and I'll paste it. I like how it looks with that font. I just need to clean it up a little so I can actually read it here. So if I go to parts that are sticking off the page, I can hit enter and then it will give me a new line for it. And now I've got my citations page. My citations page, you can see it's not set. It's because we just haven't added the code in. So let's go ahead and add some code. When flag is clicked, what we want is we want it to go to a certain spot. Oh, sorry, when flag is clicked, we're going to hide it. And then when I receive citations, I'm going to make it show up. And then I also want it to go to a certain location. This time I want it to go to 0, 0, because that'll be right in the center. And then the last thing is when I receive main menu 1, I should have it hide. All right, we added a lot of code, so let's see if this works. If I click the flag, my citations button is there. If I click citations, now I go to my citations. My main menu is not showing up, so I need to go to that and see when I receive citations, it should show up. It's not coming to the front. Let's see if I can do something to make it come to the front. Let's see if I can do this again. Main menu, citations. My main menu is there. Oh, it looks like it's just, it's all the way in the back. So what I'll do is go to front layer. So my main menu is, I'll make sure that it's always going to the front layer of whatever it is. Okay, that's going to be an important part. And I'll add that in for every piece here. Let's try it again. Go to the flag, click citations, there's my main menu. If I click on that, it goes back. Oh, now my citations button isn't showing up. And when I receive main menu, It should also show up, so let me have one more thing. When I receive main menu, it should also show. All right, let's try it again. Main menu, there it is, and now it works. You're done with video 1. You can now move on to video 2.